What's up, guys? Welcome back to Papi's YouTube channel, where we speak the truth, where we've been speaking the truth throughout this time, right? You guys hear that crow? That's the sound of the crow, like kind of like a growl. Yes. Today we're going to talk about, we're going to keep on the little series that we've been discussing, the dark side to high vibrational beings, right? Because it's all about balance, right? And today we're going to talk about how high vibrational beings are able to reflect others' darkness. High vibrational people, we have the ability to reflect our inner world, which is what I always talk about, right? Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. If you're someone who's excited about life, if you're someone who's, constantly looking for ways to improve yourself, if you live in this amazing world inside, a high vibrational world inside, that will reflect to your outer world, right? It will reflect, it will reflect in your life. It will reflect on who you hang out with, right? It will reflect on what you do with your life. It will reflect on the things you do daily, right? It will reflect on how you speak to yourself daily, and slowly but surely, right, that builds up and that reflects in your outer world. Which is why it's so important, right, to understand that if your inner world, right, if you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, right, if you're looking for ways to harm and hurt others, right, if you're being sneaky, if you're lying, if you're creating gossip and chaos, that will reflect as well, right? It reflects on who you hang out with. That is why I always talk about that, right? If you look closely at those that are always talking shit, if you look closely at those that are constantly in this environment of just, trying to come up in life, right, by scheming and planning and by hurting others, right? If you look closely to those that are always hating on others and this person is this person is that, why you want to be with this person, why you want to do that, right? Look at their world, right? Look at the things that they're doing. Look at the careers, not even careers, because look at the jobs that they have. They are unhappy, right? And that is a reflection of their thoughts. That is a reflection of constant thinking. Now look at someone who's high vibration. Look at their creative skills. Look at how they do things with love. They create with passion, right? They don't let any negativity break them down. They don't let the gossip and the shit talking get in their way, because we know that is a reflection of those, right? Whoever's talking shit, who's ever gossiping, whoever's spending time and energy and money, right? Because we all know that these people love to bribe others, right? To help with their gossip and lies. Look at their lives, right? So we high vibrational people, we possess that ability to reflect our inner world, and it's shown, right? Like a mirror, reflecting every single detail. And that is an automatic response, right, to our elevated way of thinking, to our elevated energetic state. Like I spoke about it on, like what I was speaking about on the previous video. You put a high vibrational person in a toxic environment, and that high vibrational person will purify the air, will purify the environment, right? And you have to be smart about it, because you can't be purifying others' environments all the time. No, you can't be doing that. We also have the ability, right? When high vibrational people have negative interactions with other energies, right? We have this ability, right, to make those see their unresolved issues, right? We kind of, when they interact with us, we automatically trigger this emotional response in them, because they are forced to confront their traumas and their unresolved issues, right, that they haven't healed, that their ego has been protecting them this whole time from, right? It's like a false state of reality. It's a false sense of personality. And when we do that unconsciously, right, we could just speak with them, and they could put up this front, this ego, thinking that I'm the cutest thing in town, right? Or like this God complex that they have. And we just sit there and we observe, and we look at them, and it's like an automatic thing, right? It's like they are forced to see everything that they're not, everything that they've been lying to society about, everything that they've been lying to the community about. And I think that is amazing, right? But that's what happens when you're not authentic. That's what happens when you're not truthful with yourself. Right? You have to be truthful with yourself first. We make them confront their shadowy traits, their shadows that they've been running away from this whole time. And this mirror effect can be upsetting to those that have been in denial this whole time. It's like it strips away their carefully built false sense of personality and false sense of reality. Imagine trying to manipulate someone, right? Only to have them calmly and compassionately point out these deep-seated insecurities, right? Calmly and compassionately and with love and light point out these things that you've been running away from. Or picture lashing out with anger, right? Only to be met with such genuine understanding that you're forced to see that false sense of control that you thought you had. Right? Now that is what I call alchemy, right? It's like you're trying to control someone, or you're trying to lash out in anger and manipulate this other person who is just sitting there genuinely, compassionately understanding where you're coming from. Think about that. these encounters will usually leave you feeling vulnerable, will leave you feeling exposed from your usual defense tactics, right? From the usual tactics that your ego uses to protect yourself. And that is okay, right? Like I always say, we're all supposed to be learning. We're all supposed to be growing as individuals. And if you're not confronted with that, how are you going to grow? Your ego is going to keep growing instead of your soul. Dang, that was deep. If you're not prepared to face your own shadows or those aspects of yourself that you've been ignoring, that you've been suppressing deep inside, these encounters with high vibrational people can be triggering, right? It can make you feel vulnerable. And that is okay, guys. It's only not okay when you're not willing to expand your mind, when you're not willing to evolve as a human being. And these interactions can trigger your awakening, right? That is why I say these interactions can trigger something in you, right? Where you see that, right? And you don't feel ashamed of it. You don't feel bad for it, because we're all supposed to be learning, right? Instead, it triggers your awakening. That is the true power of becoming awakened, right? When you understand that side of yourself and you're willing to work with it, right? Instead of making it sit back and, angry and sad, right? Use those encounters with these people that are, right, that are trying to teach you things because they've gone through it, to trigger your own awakening. A new mindset, a new consciousness. That's what it's all about, right? We're all here helping each other. Genuinely, truthfully. Confirmation, though. Even without words, right? Just with our mere presence, we high vibrational people can bring out those traits, those aspects of yourself to light. We're just looking at you, right? With our presence, it is felt, it is noticed, and that often, initiates this self-reflection for you to reflect about your life. Like I had to do that, right? I spent days by myself. Well, months, years, self-reflecting, learning about myself, which has gotten me to where I am today, mentally, physically, emotionally, where nothing and no one can break down what I've built because it's within me. And that self-reflection, right, even though it can transform your whole life for the better, I can understand why it can be a little bit uncomfortable. I can understand why it can be a little bit triggering. But it is why I'm here. It is why it's my life purpose, because I've gone through it, and I'm here to tell you that it's all a work in progress, right? We're just we're supposed to become better. Why am I getting emotional? Because it's so real, right? It's like we're all supposed to be growing, and we're all supposed to be becoming better. If you're not doing that, what are you doing? It's deep. It's rooted within me. Yeah. It's with passion. Everything that I do is with passion, right? Even helping others is with passion. And I'm here to help anyone that is going through, which is why I love doing what I do. Whether it's helping people through my music, through my art, through my videos, I am here.